everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at Pablo, the Transformers Studio Series 108 Deluxe Class Wheeljack. And to be honest, I thought this figure was going to be bad, and it's not that bad. I really do like this figure. So in this video we're going to be taking a look at this figure and why you should probably buy this figure. If not, you should pass. But without further ado, let's get started. Now, just taking a look at the figure's box. The figure's box looks really nice. We get a really nice render of a Volkswagen, his alt form. Not the CGI form of the Robo form for some reason, very peculiar. And then if we spin it over to this side, we have our face shot of Wheeljack looking on this way. And we Studio Series 108. Right here, we take a look at this side. We have two amazing product shots of him in robot form and vehicle form. I really do like that vehicle form. He is a licensed Volkswagen. His iconic movie scene is the cliffside chase where Wheeljack and the Autobots race to escape the Terracons. So in that film, when they're running away from the Terracons, and then the Terracons think they have the transwarp key and begin to chase them. Right here we have a black CGI render of Wheeljack right here. And right here we have Transformers Rise of the Beast on the bottom of the words. I got this figure for $10 on OfferUp. So check OfferUp because in Placentia in California, there's someone selling it for 15 bucks. So check that out if you really want this figure at a good price. But anyways, back to the figure. The figure looks really cool. Bringing in the backdrop here with Pablo right here looks really nice, and we can see Pablo in the backdrop, and it matches really well. I wish they would have given this backdrop to Mirage, and I did like to give it to RC. I'm not so sure about Battle Trap, but pretty sure they should have given it to more characters, but I really do like this background. Just taking a look at the figure itself is amazing. Just look at all the details just packed onto this figure. We have some really nice detail. I really do like that head sculpt. Gives us this little nerdy vibe that he was in the film. He has glasses. It's painted and sculpted really nice. No borrowed components, but some borrowed engineering from probably the mainline Wheeljack and the probably like other, the other mainlines. I really do like how this figure looks. It looks really great. However, at some points it does look bland, so I don't really like that it looks bland. I really wish they would have painted it more, or I just kind of like it. It feels smooth and it's really nice. Just take a look at the figure itself. I don't like the arms because they are very kibbly, and the wrists do not rotate, so that's unfortunate for this figure. But I do like how the backpack, it literally has barely any kibble whatsoever, and it looks kind of clean. The backside is in our right view, but not the best. I really don't like how the head looks like from the back. But spinning on over to this side, I really do like the figure. He has some like little light details right here, some details right here for the shins and the feet as well. So overall, a really nice deluxe. As far as articulation goes, this is where the figure kind of is convoluted. He does have a hinge joint, mostly due to transformation, but he could get it really high up like this, and then he could just bend it down right here. He has a ball joint right here, so he has a lot of range of motion. He has a swivel bicep joint right here, so you could do a full 360, and a hinge joint that could bend 90 degrees. Unfortunately, no wrist rotation. Kind of a missed opportunity. I wish they did. Honestly, it wouldn't really change transformation all that much. He does have two waist joints, one being right here, and the other one being in the upper torso region. Both are mostly due to transformation. That's why he has two waist joints. And then the head is on a ball joint, so he could look up, down, tilt side to side, and do a full 360 if you wanted to. His legs are on ball joints as well, so he can have a lot of range of motion. He can move it around this way, that way, and so on and so forth. He has two hinge joints at the knees, one right here and one right there, so mostly due to transformation, but he can bend way past 90 degrees at the knee. And he does have a toe pivot, a foot pivot, and he does have an ankle rocker joint. So overall, this figure has a lot of articulation. Not that much, but only if this was articulated, then this figure would probably be a higher rating than I'm going to give it at the end. But overall, I really do like this figure. As far as this figure scales, first, let's bring in, for a size comparison, here I bring in Bumblebee from Rise of the Beast. And Bumblebee to Wheeljack, I believe this scale is accurate to that final shot in Rise of the Beast. And honestly, I feel like Wheeljack should be slightly bigger, but maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, who knows. But anyways, I do like how this scale looks like. Wheeljack and Bumblebee together. And here you have Mirage. And Mirage to Wheeljack, I do like this scale. However, I feel like Wheeljack should be bigger as well, because Mirage, although being one of the coolest deluxes in my collection, has to be really bulky. And with Wheeljack should be slightly bigger in the film. I feel like he should be bigger, but overall, I really do like this. Yes, the Lovebirds. Here we have Wheeljack and RC. RC to Wheeljack, I think the scale is very accurate in robot form. If anything, Wheeljack could be bigger if you wanted to, but I really do like this scale because in the film, when they're shooting at the Terracons in the final battle, they are posed together, shooting together, and I believe this scale is about accurate, and I do like how it looks like. Here we have the Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime. Currently my substitute for the Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime until I get that figure later in next year, or maybe this year. But we can see the scale between Optimus Prime and Wheeljack. I really do like the scale. It really matches to the film, and it's alright. Even though this is from two different films, I really think that this scale does match. Here we have him paired alongside the Bumblebee movie Wheeljack, and the Bumblebee movie Wheeljack to this one is the superior version, I'm not going to lie. I do like the Bumblebee movie one better because it has more G1 nods and it looks very faithful to the G1 show, whereas this one just looks like it's from Rise of the Beast and it's just there. Honestly, I prefer this one. As far as transformation goes, molds and everything, this Wheeljack has to take the throne. But not to take any credit away from this one, I really think that this is a great figure. And here we have him to one of Scourge's sweeps, being Freezer. For some rapid fire comparisons, here I bring in Ironhide and Brawn. Here I have him next to the Studio Series Mohawk and Studio Series Rumble. And here we have him next to Bumblebee movie Megatron and Shockwave. And finally, his wave mate, Scorponok. And the reason I brought in Scorponok because he's his wave mate. And the reason also is because each time I go to the store, I have not seen a single Wheeljack or Scorponok in Targets or Walmarts. I have not seen a single one. I had to get this one on OfferUp and I had to get this one at GameStop. So, I don't know what's going on with Hasbro's distribution. Are they barely coming out late or what's up with that? But anyways, these are the wave mates. And here we have most of, if not all of the figures that have been released in 2024, Wave 1 and Wave 2. I don't have the Gamer Edition Starscream because I don't really want that figure and I don't have the 86 Blaster just yet. But I do have the rest of these figures, and the rest of these figures compared next to Pablo here, I think are accurate, especially the ones that have to do with the Nightverse, such as Sunstreaker, Megatron, Shockwave, and Scorponok, whereas the ones that are G1, we could see an average Voyager to an average Deluxe class, and we could see Na also average Deluxe class to another Deluxe, and the Core class, the average Core to a Deluxe class as well. So overall, we can see all of these figures that were released in 2024 so far, and we're going to get some more, such as Optimus Prime, Commander class, we're going to get 112 Prime, 86 Bumblebee, so on and so forth, and we're going to complete the collection. So, that's it. Now, Pablo's weapon accessory has to be very unique. Well, by unique, it's probably the same sculpt from the Transformers Generations Alita 1 figure, but overall, I really do like it. It's alright. It's alright. It's not accurate to the film whatsoever. In the film, he had arm cannons similar to the rest of the Rise of the Beast cast, so this accessory, I like to toss it aside or just attach it to the figure. But overall, it's a really cool detail, and it's really, this character's alt mode and robot form are very accurate, except the accessory. But if you don't want this accessory, toss it aside, as there are upgrade kits for this. So we're going to transform this boy up and see how he looks like. And here we have Wheeljack in vehicle form, and his vehicle form is very accurate to the film, yet through that gruesome transformation, I feel like the result was worth it. I really do like the vehicle mode. It's one of my favorite vehicle modes because it's a Volkswagen van, and the Volkswagen van looks really, really nice. If we just take a look at the front side of the vehicle, we get some really nice headlights, and we have the Volkswagen logo alongside with Wheeljack's head popping out right there. But here we can see on the side we have this brown and white, very accurate to the film, with the door handles and the rims being silver. And then the little thing in Spanish is Reparación de TV Pablo, meaning TV repair, Pablo TV repair, I don't know. But over here we can see we have a really nice back area. I really do like it. It looks very Volkswagen inspired. Right here we get another shot of the Reparación TV Pablo right here. And on the top of the box, the top of the figure looks really nice. And on the bottom, I really do like how during transformation, the feet and the shins tuck in very nicely. And this figure has no trouble rolling at all. So, overall, I really think that the vehicle form is really cool. It's what shines the most. Now, let's see how this figure scales with other figures. The Transformers Rise of the Beast Bumblebee. And let's be honest, I feel like a Camaro should be kind of smaller than a Volkswagen van, to be honest. I feel like a Volkswagen van should be a little extended and a little taller. If this was made of Voyager, then we would have had the more articulation that we lacked during the robot mode, but overall it looks really cool. Just to see his size, we can see he's very crumped up together, whereas Bumblebee is just merely laid out, so we can see. I'm not sure if this is accurate to the film or real life, but I feel like a van should be bigger. Same could be said with the main character of the film himself, Mirage, and Mirage here next to Pablo looks really cool and all. On the camera, they look alright, but in person, and if we just take an up-glance view, we can see Pablo is smaller than Mirage, and I feel like they should have made him bigger, but however, I don't really mind all that much, so it doesn't really matter to me. And similar thing to RC, I feel like RC is too big as well. I feel like she should be smaller, or this guy should be upscaled. But then that's no problem when it comes to the Rise of the Beast / Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime. We can see Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime to Pablo. It really matches how a Volkswagen van and a big convoy would look. So I'm sure this is supposed to match, whereas the others are supposed to match with each other. But I really do like it. It looks really cool. However, I just don't like how I feel like both of these characters should be upscaled slightly just to have a better appearance. So overall, not that much of an improvement, but it's really cool. And here we have an Autobot group shot of all five Autobots in the film, those consisting of Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Mirage, RC, and Wheeljack. For another size comparison, I also wanted to bring in the Studio Series Bumblebee movie Wheeljack. And the Bumblebee movie Wheeljack compared to the Rise of the Beast Wheeljack, they are nothing similar to each other. And honestly, I prefer the Bumblebee version more because this one is more G1 inspired than this one. And this one's alright. It gives me nostalgia vibes because it's a Volkswagen, but overall it's good. We can see the Cybertronian mode to the Volkswagen. I feel like the Volkswagen is too small, like I said before, but overall really, really cool. And I wanted to show you guys another RC and Wheeljack size comparison because in the film RC was in robot form while Wheeljack was in vehicle form during the highway chase scene, so we could see how this scales, and to be honest, it doesn't look that bad. I feel like Wheeljack should be bigger, like I said earlier, or RC should be smaller, but mostly Wheeljack should be bigger to recreate that more iconic movie scene. And yeah, it looks pretty cool. Can't wait to see what comes next. So, some final thoughts for the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class 108 Wheeljack. I really do like this figure. Don't get me wrong, it's an okay figure. The transformation is what makes this figure bad. The transformation is ugly and atrocious and hurts my fingers, and you have to be very delicate because you're dealing with so many transparent pieces of plastic, such as some hinges and the door wings and the windshield and the engine area. Like, that's all transparent plastic. Otherwise, it's good, but you just have to be very, very careful with it. I feel like for $10, this was pretty much worth the price. I really do like it, and it's really fun to mess around with, to display among your collection. I do like the van form. The van form is one of my favorite forms because that mode shines the most, and it just feels so nostalgic and just so antique. I really do like it, and he scales really well with the other figures, so it's really cool. This figure at most gets a 7.5. You guys can find this figure at Target, Walmart, GameStop, and I believe Amazon, but Amazon's going to have it at a ridiculous price, and of course the main one has Repulse. So you're going to find it at those websites. So I really did like this figure. I do recommend it. So, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, leave a comment, and until my next review, I'll see you then.